Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. As you may or may not know, I tend to review just about everything on this channel, and today we're going to do a tabletop review of my lunch. Just kidding. Actually, what I want to do is I want to show you this really cool Titan deep freeze cooler bag. I've been using it for about the last 18 months. I use it every day when I go to work. And I want to show you how well it's been holding up and some of the features that it has. And if you're the person that's maybe in the market for a new lunch bag, you know, it's one of those things you don't think about. You tend to use the same one for years. Maybe it's time for an upgrade, and this one's got a lot of really cool options with it, and it offers quite a bit. I did pick it up at Costco on sale for $15.99 on sale. I noticed that 2 summers in a row, they get these in and then they mark them down basically right after school starts around August. Now, if you go over to the Titan Deep Freeze website, it is arcticzone.com. You can pick up the Titan Deep Freeze High Performance Expandable Horizontal Lunch Pack, which is what this is called, for $29.99. Now, it seems a little expensive, but if you can pick one up at Costco, it's definitely worth it. So let's just get started and talk about all the cool features that this particular lunch bag happens to have. So just from the start, it's a very high quality, almost a ballistic nylon material, has a ripstop weave into it. It's held up really good. So when I go to work every day, this gets tossed in the back seat of the car, gets tossed up on the desk, it gets tossed back in my vehicle when I leave work, gets beat around a little bit, and it's actually held up really well. The zippers are holding up good. There's no fraying, there's no problems with it, there's no holes. We'll get into more of the specific features here in a little bit, but expandability is what's really cool like this. You know, there's some days where, you know, you want to take a lot of stuff for lunch and sometimes you have to stuff everything in there. And this actually, you know, prevents you from having to do that. So first of all, you've got a nice handle up on the top. And a really cool feature about it is if you're somebody that maybe uses a courier bag when you go to work or you just don't have any hands available, you can actually unbuckle the strap and you can buckle it over a shoulder strap to carry it with you without having to take up a hand to do so. So you've got the buckle right here. Also, you have a really cool shoulder strap that you can use that makes it easy to carry. You've got a built-in handle, like I just mentioned. You do have loops on the top, so you can also do a horizontal carry. So if you've got something that's got some liquid in it or some soup, or you got a leaky container, or you don't want to worry about it falling over, you can carry it this way or put the straps on the top and carry it this way too. The inside is where all the magic actually happens with this particular Arctic Zone cooler. The back is just the same kind of ballistic mesh nylon with the ripstop weave. The bottom, same situation. It is padded really well. Cool feature on it, just something extra. This is reflective, so if you've got little kids, you know, carrying this in the dark or jumping out of the bus or whatever, this does reflect on headlights or flashlights, which is kind of nice. So it does make you a little more visible, although it's just a little design feature that it has. In the front here, we've got a little pouch that has this thermal insulation material that will keep something cool. I've never really used this with warm goods, only cold goods like the sandwich and yogurt and tea that I take to work basically every day. But you can fit a sandwich in here if you want to, or maybe some vegetables in a baggie if you want to keep it cool. And the reason why it keeps it cool is because you've got pouches on both sides. Okay, not only do you have pouches, but they also give you these cooler bags, these gel packs that come with it, so you get 2 of them. What I really like about this is if you happen to lose these, or you happen to puncture them, or you happen to leave them at your in-laws and you can't bring yourself to call them to ask, you can get additional ice packs from the company. Now, right now they're sold out. They generally do have them in stock. I can't tell you the price. The larger ones are 19 bucks for a set of 2. These are probably maybe 15 bucks for a set of 2. I really don't know. Otherwise, if you have an ice pack that fits these dimensions, you can put it in there. So the gel, so it's been 12 hours now since I packed this, and there's still solid chunks of gel, ice, whatever you want to call it in here. So long-lasting cold, puncture resistant. As for keeping stuff cold, it really does depend on the external temperature. My office is like 72 degrees all day. So even after 12 hours, these are still really cold, almost too cold to just hold on to. Solid, you know, frozen food will stay fairly solid in this for at least 6 hours, because I've tested that before. You throw some Hot Pockets in there, maybe you've got something you want to keep frozen. I wouldn't necessarily say ice cream. It's not going to keep it, you know, at 0, but it will keep frozen foods that you throw in here still fairly solid until the point that you hit your lunch, maybe 6 or 7 hours later. In fact, they guarantee you 40 degrees for at least 6 hours if you have the ice packs in it in just about any reasonable temperature. All right, now you get to the inside of it. And this is another feature that I really liked about it, aside from all the zippers and stuff that are really well done. You got more of this thermal kind of foil material. It's a plastic. It hasn't cracked. It hasn't ripped. I use it daily. They have it right here on the seam also, which is really nice. These little, almost like a gasket, this is just made out of the nylon, but it flips over on itself and kind of seals it in and makes it even more airproof to keep the hot air out. Now this is a clear material. It is microban treated, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about bacteria growing in it or smell. Like I said, when I bought this, I just wanted to buy basically one lunch bag that was going to last me hopefully into retirement, right? Again, not a big deal, but when it comes to time to buy these things, it's kind of nice to know what you're getting yourself into. Oh, and then also having the ice pack right here also cools this side, which also cools the external pocket, so you can keep things nice and chilled that are in here. All right, so I don't have my lunch ready for tomorrow, but let me just go ahead and give you the actual dimensions of the inside. But then there's another feature that's really cool about it that I just love, right? We're talking about inside, let's see here. Looking at roughly about 9 inches across, or wide, I guess you want to say. Top to bottom, you're looking at about 6.5 inches. Depth is about 4 inches. But let's say that, you know, you've got a nice double cheeseburger you want to take with you and so on. You can turn the zipper right here and basically double your expansion size. And this opens up. You can see how much it opens up, almost an additional probably 3 inches or so on the inside, and really allows you to pack a lot with you. So say you want to take like a big bowl of soup, or you've got some leftover takeout, whatever. It really does offer a lot of expandability. Now on the website, they do have a couple different colors that you could purchase from. I'm not endorsed by this company at all. Like I said, when I have a product that I really like and it works well, I like to let my viewers know about it. And this is the kind of thing, if you go out in the field quite a bit or you do some hunting, you want to keep your lunch nice and cold, it's definitely a really good value. So what you pay for it, you're definitely getting your money's worth. The weight of it is just shy of 2 pounds with the gel packs in it. Now, the only con about this that I can think of, and it's not a big deal, but it's just a minor annoyance, and this would happen on just about any kind of cooler bag with this design. When it comes to these gel packs, when they get warm, when they're sitting upright, if your lunch bag is upright, the gel tends to pool down on the bottom. And I've just noticed that as time has gone on, and once I've passed a year, more of this gel, it just kind of, once it thins out, it has a tendency to kind of pool in the bottom of the bag, which means when you put it back in the freezer, you're gonna get kind of this like barrel of ice on the bottom and then nothing up on the top. And when you put that in the bag, those two little barrels of ice take up a couple inches of space. It'll crush anything that's in there. So if you put these in your freezer every night, make sure you kind of flatten them out a little bit and then just sit them flat in your freezer. That's really the only real minor annoyance I could think of. Oh, and the other thing too, if it's really hot outside, at the end of the day when you get home, there is going to be some condensation on the inside. You just can't really get around the physics of it. Again, it's not a Yeti cooler, it's not a Yeti bag, it's a $30 lunch bag, right? You can wipe it off with a paper towel. I've done that outside and inside, and that pretty much takes care of the moisture issue, so you don't have to worry about it. But again, just a minor annoyance. But you can see what I was talking about with those ice bags. If you get kind of that little barrel of ice in the bottom from it sagging, if you just set these upright to re-chill them, these two right here are going to kind of come together and take up some of the usable space you have in the bag. So again, just a minor annoyance. What's great about it is the fact that they do have a dedicated website. They do have customer service you can contact if you have a problem. They do offer interest-free payments if you are strapped for cash and you need to pick up this item for your kids or whatnot, so you do have an option. You do have a 30-day return policy on it, which is really nice if you're not happy with it. And again, it does offer quite a few features. So just a little bit technical what it has to offer. It has super foam insulation with thermoflect interior, radiant barrier for superior cold keeping. Ultra safe leak-proof lining with microband, like I mentioned before. Insulated front pocket, dual carry handles, attachable swing clip, removable adjustable shoulder strap, double capacity when expanded, carries vertically or horizontally, and 2 high-performance ice walls, which are those gel packs that I was telling you about. Now it does have, and again, here's one of the better features, it does have a limited lifetime warranty. So if you have a problem with it, you contact them and they'll do what they can to repair it and or replace it, which is really nice. The outside also, this material is very much stain and water resistant. So if you spill something on it, you can wipe it off. It doesn't absorb moisture easily, which is kind of nice. So if you take it through maybe some rain or you got a morning bike ride to work or whatnot, if it gets wet, it's not going to soak your food on the inside. It's basically sealed. And the website does give you cleaning and care instructions also, which you can follow that'll help you along the way. So kind of keep that in mind. So again, this is the Arctic Zone Titan Deep Freeze Cooler Bag, lunch bag. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys. I'm not endorsed by them. I gained nothing from this. I just simply wanted to tell you about this product. They do have 10% off when you go to the website. I noticed it if you register your email with them, if you do an online purchase. But if you have a Costco membership, do check it out and see if they don't happen to have these. They're usually kind of just over by the camping gear or the coolers and so on. You usually find a small display of them. And like I said, it's been 2 years in a row now that they've had these. I'm getting just a little tiny bit of fraying on this loop here, but that's about it. But that's, like I said, after 18 months of daily use. So consider that if you're somebody who likes to keep your food nice and cold, or if you've got some dairy in there you got to protect, or something you don't want to spoil, definitely works really good, even when it's really hot outside. So anyway, guys, that's it. This is Travis P11. Thanks for watching my take on the Arctic Zone Titan Deep Freeze Cooler Bag. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. We'll be bringing you a lot more content on the channel here coming up, especially as we hit the winter break. But in the meantime, I want you guys to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.